Folks, tonight we are live right back here in our own studios, and we will be talking about this last week and weekend's festivities from the School of Santa's Branson 2022. I'm Santa Bob McMasters, and welcome to Tuesday Night Live for July 19th, 2022. Please stay with us. We have a lot more coming up with several special guests that attended the School of Santa's, and we will be getting their take on the week and weekend that it was. This is Tuesday Night Live. Thank you for joining us tonight. And right here, let's bring in our special guest panel and co-host for tonight, Santa Rex Ray, Hall of Famer.
Ho, ho, ho. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad to be here.
And we are glad to have you. We also got Santa Mel, Melissa Lynn with us tonight.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be here. Good to see you all.
And we may have Scott Saratin from Edmond, Oklahoma coming on a little bit later. He is still doing scouts. And tonight was a scout meeting, so he's going to drop in with us a little bit later. Also say hi to Angela Mack. And I got to say, if it were not for her, we would not have had a last-minute show tonight. Now, we want to apologize. Our regularly scheduled guest for tonight we'll have to try to reschedule him to come on in a near future here. We got a few dates left this year, so we can slide him in. So more on all this in a few moments, but right now, let's take care of some housekeeping. This week is week 28 of season 2, and we have so much to talk about from this last week and weekend. My goodness, it was so much fun. And so just hang on with us. Let's get through this, and we'll be back to talk more about that. Just a reminder, all our shows are recorded for your convenience and can be seen on YouTube at the Tuesday Night Live Show. If you visit, drop us a comment, and don't forget to give us a like, a share, and throw up a subscribe for us, please, to our channel. And the first half of tonight's Tuesday Night Live Show was brought to you by Derek Dugan's Sleigh Driver Apparel Company. Roll the tape. All right, so the driver apparel company tonight trivia is we're going to stick with the movie theme. That's always the best. In the movie Toy Story, who wrote the signature tune "You've Got a Friend in Me"? In Toy Story, who wrote the signature tune "You've Got a Friend in Me"? And boy, when I found that trivia question, I said, you know what? It's perfect for tonight since Rex and Santa Mel so graciously at the last moment decided to come in and give us a hand tonight. Of course, Spangle will not be with us. He is still very busy trying to wrap up everything from the weekend. So many loose ends, so many things to do, but he'll be back next week.
Well, I think it's because we left such a mess in Branson that he's got to stay there to clean it up.
Isn't that the truth? You can tell everyone, Rex, we were there late Sunday night, trying to put everything away that we could. And you were right there with us. We was tearing the PA system down and everything that we had to do. It was, I think we got out of there, what, about 11 o'clock, a little after 11?
A little after 11. And I'll tell you what, I think part of the most entertaining part I have seen through that whole thing was Bob trying to fit this stuff back into the boxes and bags that we're supposed to go into. Because he wasn't the one that took it out of them.
Yeah, Bonkers the Clown actually took a lot of the audio, well, not all the audio equipment, but a lot of the electronics and stuff out, the projectors, the laptop, that sort of thing to set up. And so I wasn't sure where the boxes were, you know, where everything went, how it came out, how it was going back in. I was digging and cooking, and Rex Ray was just over laughing
Well,
his
I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know at one point you put the bag in the box instead of the box in the bag.
what that was Scott Saraton. He put one of the I think it was the computer stands that he has that you set your computer on. It brings it up, you know, higher. It's adjustable, and he had put it in the box, and there was 3 bags, and so I put mine. I broke mine all down, you know, and put it back in there, and he just stuffed his in there. So remember what you guys told me? Don't take it all out and put it in the bag. Just stuff the bag in the box. It works. It works. All right, one last time on the movie trivia story. Who wrote the signature tune? We've Got a Friend in Me. Put your answers in there, and at the end of the show, we'll reveal the maybe even reveal the winner because Angela has been staying on top of that. She's got an extra window open, looking and watching, so we may be able to even give the winner before the end of the show.
Well, and now I know why you tagged me to come onto this show tonight. I think this is the week I come out of the Scott Parker rule and could have answered a question again and won something. And now I can't do it because you've got me on the show.
Oh yeah, me too, Rex.
Well, and hey, now here's something ironic for you. That Scott Parker rule. Scott's with us now. Hello, Scott. But he has not played in several months. He just kind of said, "Okay, well, y'all started this rule after me. I'll just go sit in the corner like if we told him to, right?" Well, this last week I had wrote him and I said, "Look, man, you know you don't have to sit out forever. It was only for 30 days. If you want to play, come on in." What did he do? He played and won. So now he's in timeout for 30 more days. It happens.
It does.
All right. So I guess at this time, guys, why don't we play some footage? Let's play the Joan Rivers footage at this point, and we'll talk about it on the backside.
Oh, that's great.
Pull it up here.
Take her just a second to get it pulled up.
Get ready to laugh, folks.
Well, now this is just the interview with Spangle, I believe.
Yeah.
This one right here.
Okay, here we go.
So retired in Branson, I see a theater, plays and concert. They're from Vegas. I used to work there. I said, stop the limo. Everybody decided to get this. They got a Joan Rivers impersonator, and luckily, he and I are the same size. What you gonna imagine? Grown men dressing women for a living. If your jaws are dragged. Let me tell you what oh my God, oh Johnny, so I've got to go. Oh, not to another show or again. I had too much coffee, I gotta go. But thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your wonderful evening. This gathering, of course, it's psychology, and of course, Stengels, the man who makes a lot of magic happen. Like, oh, you do. Stengels, I thought, you're all so much like this on the freaky here. Stengels, give Stengels a round of applause. Thank you so much, Mario. It was always a pleasure to be around great people who know what a good time is. As you know, in your profession, you hear everything. You hear the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you know, sometimes we have those stories that get to our hearts. You know, at Silver City, my work also in the daytime. And I get to be a real census assistant, right? And we had some amazing things happen, some beautiful moments like that. If I could, Sandra's going to do one more story, okay, because you guys, what you do makes me so happy. I'm so thankful. Santa Legion, if you will. And so, one year, Santa from over Wayne, Nebraska. I put the line of all the people there's tax greeting all the kids and the family, and the Santa really had a good time. We had a great rapport, and I knew how to greet him in nice person. And all of a sudden, I saw him just solemn. As you could be, I mean, you know what I mean? Just that look, it says, look. And so he does this. I go there, I said, what is wrong? And he has this beautiful young lady, probably 23 years of age, and she's in tears. And I said, Sandra, what's going on? He said, this young girl, she and her husband have been married now for 3 years. They want to have a baby. They're going to be special. They're a doctor. It will never happen. It will never happen. And he says, I think we need to pray for this. And so Sandra grabbed my hand. I grabbed the girl's hand. She grabbed his hand. We said a very special prayer. And I'm from the heart. And you know what I mean. You have to do this. You pardon me. You get to do this. And so we said a prayer. All right, a year and a half, they fast forward. I hear from the young lady. She sends me an email with a couple of pictures. She has a picture with this little bone, and the next one, the bone is in her hand. She has been given the gift of her baby. So Santa Claus, he made it happen.
Did it freeze up?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Has been prayers, everybody said, hello, there's Santa. She said, I really want to know a prayer. I said, what is it? She says, pray that I have no more kids. This is a true story. Thank you for what you do. I'm so honored. You make us all happy, and you all make the world a better place because of goes on, pray. You guys make it good, make it better, you make it real. Give yourselves a big round of applause. John, thank you very much.
I would also like to tell you that Joan Rivers here also is the Grinch. This particular Grinch, and that's what my wife up to Sandra for the last few years. So I'm very special person.
Doing well? Okay, very good. How's your food? Fried? Good. You do it all the time. You know that. You know that. You're the best ever. Hello, my darlings. It's me, Joe. Yes. Okay, here we go. Hello there, darling. Mrs. Claus. All right. Oh, sure.
How long have you been Joan Rivers?
Oh my goodness. Okay, it started a long time ago because I was so fascinated by this woman that I saw on TV. I mean, she was just cutting edge and she was on top of her game, so contemporary. I said, watch that lady. This was on the Johnny Carson show in 1972 when I first saw her. And of course, I always did the voice. Do her jokes like that. Then I was in the music show, the Brash Music Show, and they said, you know what, Tay, you do her so well. Have you ever thought about doing her in this show? I said, not really. So I went shopping, got a dress. The dressmaker was called Melissa. And had, of course, Joan's daughter's name. I said, that's Owen right there. So from that time on, that was probably around 1988. So I've been doing Joan since 1988, and here we are, 2022. Hello, people. Hello, can we talk? Time goes fast, but not this. It's not moving, John. I've got more plastic right there than you can imagine.
8 is Branson's #1 performer.
10 now.
10 now.
10
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. I can't keep up either. It's cray. Yeah, but I love it. I love doing what I do, you know. In Branson, Missouri, just like you. You know, we have the opportunity to bring joy to the world. Literally, that's a song that might work. Joy to the... No, I never sell. Anyway, so yes, yes.
Did I hear you were coming back in 23?
Oh, yes, of course, of course. I will be here every year that you want me here because I love Santas. I love what they do. I love the cool meaning behind it, but not just the Santas, because behind every good Santa there is a great Mrs. Claus, and you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I mean, yes, we do. And right there, no matter where our friends, our family are, they're always going to be right here. And that's what it is. It's that spark, that magic of Christmas that it brings all back, all the memories right there. And although they may not be with us right here as this physically, they're with us in spirit all the time, but Christmas even more so. Just listen, they're right there.
Merry Christmas, Joan.
Merry
Thank you.
Christmas, I love you so much, my darling. Oh, this.
All right, I don't know how much of that y'all could hear. We're sorry for that. It sounds better. You load it into StreamYard and we lose something there somehow or another. But very good. And look who just showed up, Spangle the Clown. But hey, the most important thing I took away from that little bit of video clip is that Joan Rivers is coming back for the 2023 School of Santas, Branson. And she really was fantastic. It was a great show. She's so funny.
Spangle says no.
No?
He's coming back.
Oh,
We're
okay.
gonna do a different. He does 80 different characters. But we're gonna roll out another character.
Okay, well, I just seen you ask, was you coming back in 2023? So
Right. But we had a meeting, or we talked, and we thought, well, maybe we bring back another character.
Hey,
That way, it's not the same thing.
That's great, fantastic. Well, we're glad you was able to get to the house in time to drop in with us, Spangle. And at this point, we've just got through the first trivia question, run the first footage, and I was going to ask Rex and Mel. Mel, go first and tell us what was your impression of Terry's Joan Rivers impersonation and skit.
I was proud my name's Melissa because he was like the perfect Joan Rivers. I laughed and laughed. He was just great. He had it down pat. And it was so neat to have something like that live in front of us. He was so perfect. It was like Joan Rivers reincarnated. It was just amazing. And,
If the girl can be Santa, the guy can be Joan Rivers.
there you go. There you go. You're right. Absolutely right.
Now I did see an interview years ago where Joan, before she passed, told Terry that he did her better than she did herself.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She always said that he made her look good.
Yeah. Rex, what was your take on the Joan Rivers?
People that can do those type of performances with their voice, with their body, their mannerisms, they get it all down so perfect. And believe me, Terry did. This was such a believable performance, even right there live in person, that those always blow me away. I love those kind of performers. They're so talented.
Now, we're going to have to talk to Spangle before next year. We're going to have to do better. We're going to have some type of external mic hooked up for the Tuesday night live show so we can get these interviews and things. And I think we kind of talked about it the other night, but that's something we'll work on for next year. We want to always try to improve and make things better.
Well, I was going to make one suggestion that I saw from that video we just watched. Is whoever the cameraman was, that he needs not be at the back of the room where all these chrome domes reflect the light so bad. Because not all of us had a head of hair like he does.
My fault. And I thought the same thing after I started watching the footage afterwards, after the fact. I should have been up front sitting right there at the bottom of the stage where it would have, gotten a lot better footage. And I apologize again. Hey, I'm a rookie.
Well, you should have been in the room when Jessica Rosa was showing us her little rig for her iPhone and the correct way to do that, Bob. You might have learned something.
Yes, you're correct. I sure should have been there.
Oh my God, I am so excited already. I'm already working on next year's.
Yes, and we're going to talk about that here in just a moment as we go down through here. We kind of want to preview or recap, let's put it that way. This last weekend, we had 4 days, Thursday through Sunday. Festivities kicked off at 1 o'clock. Of course, we always like to include, the meals were included, 4 dinners, 3 lunches, The hotel serves breakfast there in the hotel each morning. The 2 Branson theater shows, you plan on doing that again next year, right?
Yep.
Okay. And of course, we had the cookies and milk opening reception with raffle. I had a question from Santa Tom over in Washington State. He wanted to know how many cookies we consumed this weekend.
Well, I don't know, but I bought 10 of those big trays for the event. You know, the big Sam's Club trays.
Yeah, great big ones.
And we're not talking about the cookie and reception. That was a whole different thing. Okay. But I bought 10 of the big trays. On my second day, I sent my little elf to go get 5 more trays.
Oh my.
And that does not include all the cookies that was in the hotel break room where the cookies and ice cream was each night. And
Right.
we went by an assumption, and I think Spangle even asked the hotel about if they were still serving that snack. What we didn't find out was they are not doing the cobbler anymore, and I think that was my biggest disappointment of the whole week.
We are already working on the cobbler for next year.
I missed that cobbler. That cobbler to me was over the top.
Yeah, I've already been in contact with people higher up than me, you know, to try to get that cobbler, at least for the Santas when we're there.
Well, yeah, sure. But I mean, you know, we're all big dessert eaters, or we wouldn't have these jolly old tummies that we have. Okay, so I noticed on one of the announcements for next year's lineup, and we'll get into that lineup more in a moment. But right now, I believe I saw that Cherry Hill will be back for 2023.
They're saying they want to come back. They said they really enjoyed it there. They said that this was just a fun time.
I know they gave away a 5x7 to everyone. Everyone got one 5x7 there in front of their backdrop with their professional equipment that we use at the mall. If you work for them or work for one of their sets, and I know me and my wife went over and took advantage of that. Got a absolutely gorgeous picture. Turns out it's going to be one of my favorite pictures of recent years, and something to cherish and hang on to as a memory.
They were actually giving a 5x7 away to anybody every day. So you could have came back all 4 days and it was a different backdrop every day.
Well, I couldn't because some certain person kept me busy the whole weekend. But that's okay. That's what I was there for. All right. So is the price going to remain the same, Spangle?
As of right now, everything's supposed to stay the same.
All right. Fantastic. Okay. So I guess right now, let's just kind of recap this year, 2022's lineup of instructors that we had. You had Santa Ana University, you had Deanna Golden. She's watching tonight. And Deanna should have came on and been part of the show tonight. She and Judith did such a fantastic job this weekend. Cannot say enough about those 2 ladies. Love them. And hey, how about those Santa Ana pins that they gave away for graduation? Is that cool?
I'm going to tell you what. Those 2 ladies have their presentations, their teaching styles down pat. I was so impressed with how well they present their material. And, you know, I'll readily tell you, some of it's material I've seen before by other instructors at other places, but they give it to us from a whole different point of view, and it was just fabulous.
Yes, they do. And, you know, the thing about it is a lot of the schools, as many as there are out there is common teaching points in all of those, because some of the stuff is just Santa 101, and it's kind of the basis of every school, but it's that up and beyond that you get from each individual school. And then, of course, the Q&A session. And we're going to talk about the panel towards the end here, too. We don't want to forget about that. So we talked about Deanna and Judy. Fantastic. What did you think, Mel?
Oh, preach, brothers. They were amazing. You're right. Everything was so wonderfully outlined and mixed with enough education and humor. And everything was presented in a way that everyone could understand and relate. It was absolutely amazing. I learned so much just from even the female standpoint. These women, they're on it. They have got this together, and if anyone has a chance and have not seen them, do it. You will learn so much.
Yes, and of course, again, we want to reiterate that It's not just about Mrs. Claus. It's about Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the elves with Santa Nana. And of course, that goes back to the founder of the curriculum, the school, and her beliefs and what she so strongly wanted to pass along, even in her death. And these ladies have picked it up, carried it on. And I know that Santa Nana, looking down from heaven, is very, very, very proud of the work that these ladies have put into it.
As a Santa, I learned so much.
All right, so moving along, we had Stuart Deacon Jr. do a presentation and Derek Dugan. Now, it turns out that both of those came in, Stuart as a video, and Derek came in on a live Zoom session. Derek's wife got sick while they were in Alaska, and he didn't want to take any chances, so he stayed home. We had Larry Talbert, who is the insurance man we had on the show a few weeks back. Everybody got a preview of what he talked about at the school, but again, Larry, during our Tuesday night live show, he didn't really open up and get really funny with us. The guy is so funny; he'll keep you in stitches. He is a hoot.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
that
also
was
the
the
insurance
side of
man
him.
for the event.
Oh, that was a side of Larry I've not seen him doing any presentation before. He was absolutely hilarious.
He's pretty much all business when he's talking insurance and talking Santa magic and that sort of thing. But you get him.
I think it was the atmosphere of the school that got him into that mood to do it.
I guess so. There you go. But I know last year I was sore after sitting in that break room with him 3 or 4 nights in a row. He kept everybody in stitches. Funny man. Now, Miranda Ritter with Kansas City Reindeers. Oh, my goodness. Rex, what'd you think?
I honestly thought, after watching her on stage, I thought she must work part-time as a comedian here in Branson, because her presentation just kept your attention and kept you laughing.
She was funny.
Yeah.
And it's her delivery. You know, with comedians, it's about the delivery. And she's got it. She needs to do stand-up. If she hasn't ever done it before, she needs to get into it. She'll do well with it. But she's got reindeer to take care of.
Yep.
We got to figure something out for her next year, because she wants to come and present again. And I think there's so much more we can learn about the reindeer. So I'm all about her coming back. I'd like to put her on the front of it before everybody leaves. And so that would put her here on the 13th. And that's going to be her birthday also.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see a big party.
I'm seeing something.
Yeah, well, the party's already big, but hey, you throw a birthday or two in her. And by the way, we did have a few birthdays this weekend, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to 3. I think it was 3 different folks.
And a good anniversary too, a big one, like 40 years or something.
Yes, it was. It sure was. All right, you guys got any follow-ups, any of that we've talked about before we go into the mid-show break?
Midterm? Is there going to be a test?
I'll tell you, even though Stuart and Derek couldn't be there personally in person, Stuart's always entertaining with his background in video production and stuff, and his video was absolutely fabulous. And I've seen Derek's presentation a couple times and had an opportunity to sit down and talk with him in the past. And him on that Zoom meeting and being interactive was just fabulous too. I'm going to tell you what, if you weren't in Branson this past weekend, you missed a lot of education and a heck of a party.
Amen.
Yes, you did.
We need to talk about also, I don't know if you've already talked about it, but Rex, you made a big announcement out there too.
It's coming up also in the second half of the show. We've got this.
See, I'm off balance here.
Well, exactly. And but you're always off balance.
That's why we love you so much.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But Rex is going to take it to the next step here and talk a little bit more in depth of some stuff coming up. AJ, I seen your comment there. Be sure and take notes because we're having a test at the end of the midterm. All right, let's see. Deanna says, if anyone is interested in learning more about Santa Nana and how to have us come to your location, please reach out. Reach out to Deanna and or Judith Broderick. That's Deanna Golden or Judith Broderick, Santa Nana University. Thank you, Deanna.
Yes, please support what these ladies do.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And you know what? Doggone, they give the best hugs.
Yeah, they do.
They do, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, they do.
That was the worst part about leaving, was leaving them hugs.
I'm telling you, hey, That's the hard part of getting away is
But Melissa does pretty good too.
hey, now I got to admit, one of the best hugs I got, actually two of the best hugs I got all weekend was Santa Mel. One is Santa Mel and the other is Melissa Lynn.
I got my hug from her, and it was a great one.
It is.
Well, see how I rate, Bob.
You didn't get one?
No, from you.
Oh.
My hug didn't rate very high with you.
You did
Well,
hug
you know what? I told several people when we did the Thursday night special at the end of the show, you came out, I was sitting in your Santa chair, the SA chair, and you sat down next to me and put your arm around me and tried to give me a kiss. One of the most special moments of the whole weekend.
That's pretty doggone scary.
But you did it.
It melted my heart.
And
Hey,
said,
I've got him trying to give me a kiss on video.
Yeah. We got Cherry Hill got Scott kissing my bald head during the show.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. Sure did. Okay, let's go here to the Showstopper special. Let's do the little lead in and we'll be right back. Oh, is it over? Okay. That explosion in the horn. Stop the show. It's time for the Tuesday Night Live Showstopper special for this week's stuff for Santa.com Showstopper special. We go straight over there to that Mr. Clown himself, Spangle.
Hey, check it out. We've never done this like this before. North Pole Edition emblems. They're $20. $29 when you buy them on our website after you add the shipping. We're going to give you one. We're going to give you two. We're going to give you three of them. $10 a piece, but you got to buy three. They're $30. We're not even going to charge you for shipping. These are like one of the hottest things we got in our store. They got adhesive back. You put this on your car. It's just like the manufacturer put them on there. I was at Sam's Club, and the guy came up to me and said, "Oh, you got that North Pole Edition?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "You know what that is?" He said, "Yes, I know what that is. That's the one with the bigger heater block." I told him he was right. One, two, three. Yours for $30.
And this special is good for the rest of the week. I got to tell you, I don't know how well you can see he had his in plastic. That's with it out of the plastic. They shine. And here's the other two that goes to the set of three. That's right. I've got a set of three.
I was wondering where my other three were.
I don't have them on my vehicle yet, but I got to tell everyone, at least 50% of all the cars in the parking lot had these stickers on them, these emblems.
I've got three on my truck.
Yep. You could tell who the clauses were, that's for sure. Mel, you got any yet?
On my other car, I need to get three for my new car. So yes.
Oh, there you go, Spangle.
All right, there's the first sale tonight.
We have a question.
Oh, my goodness.
Frank, we have a question for you.
Spangle, got a question from Scott Parker.
All right. Scott Parker asked Spangle if he wants to give out 2 winners this week. I will donate my glasses from last week. I also ordered them as the special. We will do whatever he wants. We don't even have do we have a trivia for tonight?
Yes.
Sure
Are we
do.
ready for it?
All right.
So that means whoever wins the trivia question gets a pair of glasses and 3 emblems.
No, 1 emblem.
One
No,
emblem.
okay, 3. We'll give you 3, Bob.
Oh, man, I didn't know.
That's
Okay.
all right. You're putting it on your tab anyways, Bob.
That's all right. Might as well.
Let me do the video here.
All right, here we go.
You are watching Tuesday Night Live with Bob Spangle and Angela. The second half of tonight's show is brought to you by StuffForSanta.com and SchoolOfSantas.com, where you can find everything you need for your Santa and Mrs. Claus professional business. Remember, if Spangle ain't got it, you just don't need it because it must not exist. So contact Spangle today for all your red suit accessories and more. And be sure and tell everyone where you got all that really cool stuff. Now back to our show with Bob, Angela, and, of course, more Spangle with trivia fun.
Rex, did you get your hearing aid turned on in time?
I did. Because that always reminds me now of that ball knobber show we all went to there this past weekend.
Hey, I got a question for you.
What's that?
Since I didn't get the script and I don't know the answer, can I play tonight?
No.
Okay.
But she's going to put the question up, and it's yours.
I mean, these are really cool. I might want some on my truck.
There you go.
Oh, they are on my truck.
Okay, she's going to throw the question up. You go ahead and read it.
In the movie Toy Story, which is the only toy with red hair? In the movie Toy Story, what toy is the only one with red hair? Bob, take your hat off.
Spangle, did you glue my hat on?
Well, I was just wanting to see if it was. No, it's not Bob.
And I got to tell you, do not get close to Spangle when he's got glitter in his hand. All right, so this trivia question is worth a pair of the round glasses. These are my designer glasses, but Spangle has a pair that's designed after them. The readers and the emblems. Looks like we got some good answers coming in already. So very good. And we'll reveal the answer to this and the other trivia question towards the end of the show. All right, back to the show. Let's go on and let's talk about 2023 keynote instructor that was announced Sunday night. This is for the School of Santa's 2023. Spangle, take it away.
All right, 2023, we are bringing in Mr. Ed Taylor. Drum roll. Ed Taylor, you know, he's got the network, you know, and he's got all that online that he does. And he'll visit, you know, ISC or different things like this and teach for an hour or something like that. We got him for 2 days in Branson.
And I mentioned,
that's big.
Yeah, like I mentioned yesterday, it's not uncharacteristic for him to get out to do the larger events. And I know he did one presentation for Northern Lights one year, a couple of years ago, last year, whenever it was. He went to ISC a couple of years and did a presentation this last year. So, but to have him for 2 full days in Branson, 2023, July 13th through the 16th, guys, I'm telling you right now, I hate to mention this, but Spangle has already sold almost half of the available seats for next year just from those who attended this year. They said, I want to sign up right now for next year. I don't want to wait.
And they booked that before they even knew who the people were, just because they knew how much of a party we were having.
That's true. Very true. All right, so on stage with Ed Taylor to do the instructor.
I don't have my card with me.
Got Trish Parrish, John Shuey, Larry Talbert, and Shirley Weiner. Wenner. W-E-N-N-E-R. How would you pronounce that, Rex?
Winner.
Okay, Winner. Very good.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Got it. Now then, for anyone who is interested in signing up before the last 50 or so tickets are gone, 800-432-4202. That's Tanya Lay, Lay, Tanya, Taunya, Lay, 800-432-4202, or TanyaBransonTickets.com. Tanya, is that supposed to be at Branson Tickets or?
At BransonTickets.com.
There you go. I left the ad out, didn't I? Sorry, guys.
And that is spelled Taunya. You did spell it, but I just want to make sure they know it's Taunya.
Yes. Phone number is 800-432-4202. That is direct line to Tanya. Well, I don't know if it's to Tanya, but if not, just ask for Tanya and they'll connect you.
Tanya was getting emails from people Sunday night that she opened up Monday morning, people wanting to come to the event and that weren't there and already calling her to get on the list.
That just goes to show you, Spangle, you're doing something right, brother.
It's because I got a team.
Well, you got a team, and then you also have friends. And when you got folks like Rex Ray and Santa Mel, who also contributed to the weekend, and it was unannounced. It was just things that they came up. Well, I say unannounced. The church service was, and we'll talk about that real quick since I mentioned it. Sunday morning, there's always a half-hour church service, and Santa Mel, you are a minister also, and so you want to just give a real quick recap of Sunday morning for us.
Sunday morning was beautiful. I wanted to have a quick worship service to just remind everyone how that in our everyday lives that we are disciples of God's love, no matter any way you look at it. Kathy Page sung a beautiful song. Kathy Fix read a beautiful verse from the Bible. We sang "Oh Come All Ye Faithful" and had a really, really nice worship service, and I was honored to be asked to do that. So thank you guys. Very, very, very nice.
Fantastic message. Great. Couple of good prayers that you led us in. I was really impressed and felt so good to be there on a Sunday and to be able to still worship our Lord and Savior. Okay, so Rex, let's get into this. You was also brought up on the stage several times. Let's start off with the scholarship. I'm going to let you tell everyone about that.
Well, Spangles and I have partnered together to offer a scholarship to School of Santas starting in 2023. Spangles is going to kick into this the tuition for the school and a $100 gas card. And I'm kicking in $500 to help cover hotel costs or anything like that. And we're going to do this on an annual basis starting in 2023. And it's in honor of my wife.
That's fantastic. Fantastic. But there is a stipulation to that also. Go ahead and tell them about that.
Well, we didn't announce this at the school necessarily, but I've also will be offering 2 scholarships annually for Santa Nana Holiday University, where I'm going to cover the tuition for 2 ladies. All these are for a Mrs. Claus. All 3 of these scholarships have to go to a Mrs. Claus each year, and they're all in my wife's honor.
And I know that Darlene is looking down and is very, very proud and touched that you're doing this in her name. And also, while we're on the subject, Amelia Darlene, was that correct?
Yes.
Tell us
my
about
first
that, Rex.
great-grandchild.
Rex
was
became a
born
great-grandpa this weekend.
last weekend while I was there. And she's doing well. She's at home now and just had her first doctor's visit today, and she's 100% healthy and 100% doing just fabulous. That
is so wonderful. And I know you're proud. And so congratulations is in order. Now then, speaking of San Mel, we're going to bounce back. I know we're all over the place tonight, but this is kind of the way it is. San
Kind of the
Mel,
way I was.
San Mel was the first annual recipient of the Daisy May Scholarship Award Fund, and she traveled to Branson this year on a scholarship. The $359 was covered. I want to say thank you to Scott Parker and to my family for chipping in and allowing me to be part of that. And thank you, Scott, for your generosity. And I know Santa Mel has probably got a special message she wants to say.
Thank you so very, very much, gentlemen. Thank you, Bob, Spangle, Scott, everybody that had a hand in it. It was just an amazing gift. And in return of that, most people know that I host Santa's Magical Fellowship Group. I am going to put up a $500 scholarship annually, but I like it to be a dynamic scholarship. I'm going to challenge people throughout the year up until April, May timeframe to send us any donation they would like, and start with sending one people, see how many we can get to go to school and have some of their hotel and gas covered as well. And this will be annual.
Very good.
So, and that's in memory of all the ones that we've lost in the past. And it's also to support a Santa that really needs the help and encouragement to learn, as everybody in this community has offered me help and encouragement as well. So thank you, guys.
Thank you. And on another note, the 359 covers so much stuff. I really don't see how Spangle is even making any money at 359. I really don't. With the food,
I don't have to.
the show tickets, everything else. But here's the next portion of these. The Daisy May Scholarship. We are asking also if anyone would like to contribute towards helping build that scholarship. We will take donations, send those to Spangle in lieu of Daisy May Scholarship Award. And let's see how many folks we can send to the School of Santa next year on a scholarship. Wouldn't it be wonderful to be able to reach those folks who do not have that 359? For those folks that cannot get there unless they have a scholarship. And let's help these folks out. Most of us have been in this industry for a while. And, I know that when I first got started, I had no clue that the hearts of these Santas were in Mrs. Claus's and Elves were this large. But I am so very proud to be part of this community.
It'd be nice if we bring in a couple,
Yeah, a couple. That's what me and you had talked about.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Let's see if we can get the Daisy May Scholarship. Let's see if we can get a couple, a Santa and Mrs. Claus to bring in, maybe two, maybe, who knows? It's up to you guys. $1 goes a long way. $5 goes further. $100 goes a real long way. But please look into helping Santa Mel and Spangle on these two ventures. And Rex, thank you so much for your kind heart, sir.
Beautiful.
All right, let's see. What else we want to talk about, guys? We got anything else?
A couple of questions for Spangle.
Couple of questions for Spangle. Here we go.
How we get the Daisy May thing? Maybe we can, since this is on the Tuesday Night Live show, maybe Bob will post. We can send some pictures to Bob, and he might post it or something.
That sounds good.
We could probably put it on the School of Santa page too.
Yeah.
And then there
But Spangle had a whole table set up all weekend with jewelry, with daisies involved in the theme of everything in memory of Daisy May. And as Rex pointed out when he was talking about the Darlene Scholarship, we have lost quite a few Mrs. Clauses in the last year or so. And
it is surprising, we always hear and know we lose a lot of Santas every year because of our age. Most of us are getting to that point, but rarely have I seen this many Mrs. Clauses as we have lost in the last 12 months.
And for generations, Rex, it seemed like that the ladies outlived the men, and suddenly we see this, and it just doesn't fit what we've always seen.
What on that table this year? It did just short of $500 on the jewelry.
Wow! So
and what I'm going to do, a registration is $359, but what I want to do is go ahead and just take whatever I got you to add to it, and make that a husband and wife scholarship. But what I want to do is I want all the people that were there this year, I want them to nominate somebody that wouldn't normally be able to come. Just the people that were there, they will take the nominations from them, and then we'll pick one from there.
That's perfect. Absolutely. Absolutely perfect. All right. So, did you see what Scott put up, Rex?
I did. And Scott, I'll be honest with you. I always say Darlene saved my life. The way my voice is now is from too many years of bourbon and cigarettes.
And that'll do it. Let that be a lesson, guys. Scott, thank you for that comment. That was a great comment, though. Hey, and
I missed it. What was it?
he can listen to Rex all night. He loves his voice. And it's funny because Rex and I talked about this.
Hey, Scott, when you do, remember you got to take the cotton out of your ears.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so you guys, it's open forum. Ask questions. Anything you want to know about the last weekend your show, anything you want to know about Rex or Santa Mail or even Spangle or myself, just put it in the comment box. And
while we're waiting, I want to make this comment. I have attended a ton of these schools over the years. I've been to almost all of them that are out there. And I'm going to tell you what, I saw more new and young Santas and Mrs. Clauses at the School of Santas this past weekend than I have seen at any other school I've attended. And they were all very interactive with the rest of us. It was wonderful to see that so many new and young people there to getting involved in our industry.
And that is a great lead in for our next video montage. I think it's a still photos, but let's get Angela to run this real quick, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
Let me ask real quick. You know, I was late showing up for the party. Did you do the parade?
We didn't get the parade loaded, Spangle, but we will do that next week. We'll throw it in at the beginning of the show. That was really cool. Unless you've got it on there where you can share your screen, we might be able to do it.
No. I'm not technical like that.
Well, and Angie fought just to get these three put together, and we just flat ran out of time.
Can she share her screen off of my Facebook page?
I don't know while in StreamYard if we can do that or not. You have to load everything into StreamYard and play it. Now, the Joan Rivers video, she had to do a different way because it was almost a 10-minute video, and that's too long for StreamYard. That's why the audio and the visual is so choppy. Was
right.
The way we had to bring it in. We've got.
Well, I didn't know she could just share the screen to be on the Facebook page.
Yeah. So
We're gonna do.
The pictures, the group pictures, and all that sort of thing.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Now then, for the best dressed couple and the coolest outfit you ever saw, that goes to Eric and Moesha Elliott that you saw in that last picture. Oh my goodness, they set the conference center on fire when they came in dressed like that. They did a photo shoot with Jessica, and I mean, I don't think they could take a half a step without somebody stopping and wanting a picture with them or asking where they got their outfits or you know, just it was insane.
But yeah, they were stunning.
But don't they look wonderful in those outfits together? My goodness, absolutely. Mel,
they're coming in hot into the community.
Yeah. So again, they're young and upcoming. You've got Daniel, who is up and young coming. He was one that had the traditional beard on. Mel was in one of those pictures or a couple of those pictures with her Santa outfit on, beard and all. Who else we got coming up this young? Eric and Moesha, we mentioned.
That is ideal because there are two there.
Turn your phone sideways, Scott.
That is going to be literal weeks.
We got Scott Saraton with us. Can you hear Scott?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Turn your phone
to landscape.
However, I would prefer to.
There you go. Now you're the same size as the rest of us.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, how are y'all
Scott
doing?
ain't never going to be the same size as the rest of us.
Well, I am
Hey,
actually
wait a minute now.
trying to teach the my scout elves their jobs this year, so I'm at scouting, as you can see. But I was glad to be able to jump on here and tell everybody that if you missed the School of Santas this weekend, you missed a week of a ton of fun, great food, great entertainment. I can't tell you that if you don't make it next year, then I'm not speaking to you again.
Hey, and I got
Wait. That's all I got to do is miss next
promise.
year?
Sign up from now on until the school is no longer.
Oh.
Rex was just saying he thought that there was a couple of nights we was going to end up spending the night in the snack room there with me and you and him talking so long.
Well, I enjoyed all the camaraderie with all the other Santas and especially Santa Rex. And, it's just, I can't, with Santa Mel, I mean, I met people and learned so much from the folks that have been doing this a lot longer than I have. And, I can't thank Spangle for giving the opportunity to a lot of younger Santas and all the Santas in the whole community the opportunity to do what we learned and what we did there. And I mean, it's like a vacation. Thank you, Spangle.
Hey,
It
we
is.
got a message from Scott Parker saying thank you for what you do in the scouting community.
Oh, well, thank you, Scott. I mean, it's definitely an honor to be a part of scouting, and it's a lot of fun at the same time. But, Santa community is the same way. It's all about being prepared, and that's what we learned a lot about this weekend and this past week at the School of Santas is being prepared for our season and do our best.
Okay, that was Scott Becker who gave that comment. Scott Becker, Becker. And Spangle has a little saying that he uses for the School of Santas, where education and fun meets, and it really is true. Education with a ton of fun. It is a vacation, and most of all, it's spending time with a lot of really great folks with great big hearts and a ton of knowledge, and it's invaluable. I cannot tell you how much I learned from Rex this weekend, and as many others. And now that kind of brings me towards the end here of what we were going to talk about.
Well, before we go all the way to the end, I got to thank some people on the team.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I got some right here. Bob, you were helping me with registration and cooking, and Scott with the UV, the electronics side of it and the cooking. I got Jason and his son that came from Indiana. I tell you what, they are the grunts of my operation. I mean, they're loading stuff and unloading stuff. Them guys work hard. Now, how about Ronnie and Rachel and her team back there in my storeroom? Oh my God, I don't know if anybody worked harder than they did. And then I got Lou that came down from North Carolina, and she helped with getting things, decorated and loaded up and getting them in there. And then my kitchen staff. Oh my gosh, we couldn't do it without that kitchen staff.
Hope is amazing.
We had Jody and we had Anne Marie and Hope just tearing that place up. We even had your granddaughter in there for a little while with Matt.
Yeah, she did.
Doing some things. I mean, there is no way that I could even come close to putting this on with that. Then we got Jessica doing all of our social media stuff and, all that. And then Tanya. I'll tell you what,
wow.
Tanya's a big help. She takes care of all that and couldn't do it without the hotel staff. I mean, even them, they were stepping up and trying to help us with things, But,
you mentioned Ronnie and Rachel and their team working hard. The other hardworking person in that whole team is Hope.
Yeah. Well, she was in the kitchen step, but she was everywhere.
Hope.
Look, I'm going to tell you,
She done
he's
much
put
more-
together a heck of a crew for this school, and he drives them hard, and every one of them were smiling the whole time. Every one of them was nice to everybody the whole time. I just can't believe they put up with Spangle that much and can still be that nice.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing, isn't it?
Really,
Really,
you've got a fabulous crew for that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a lot of hard work, and I owe them a lot. I owe them a lot.
your friendship is enough for me, my friend.
I'm taking them out to McDonald's. We're getting the. I'm not. We don't even have to order off the value meal.
Well, I'll take a double fish fillet sandwich.
Oh, now you went doubles, man. No, I love you guys, man. I couldn't do it without you guys, man.
Well, thank you. We're glad to be a part of it. Look forward to it. Each year it gets bigger, it gets better, it gets more interesting. The folks that come are quality folks. Couldn't do it again without them.
Eric and Melissa just wrote, we had so much fun and enjoyed the education and entertained. We were worn out. Thanks, Guy. One amazing crew. So many memories. I think they're going to be in our memories too, you know?
Yes, absolutely. For
I
sure.
was like a fangirl. I was geeking out meeting Moesha and Eric. I've been following them, and I enjoy meeting everybody, but I was totally geeking out meeting them. They're just beautiful, beautiful people. And it was
some
just,
of the kindest people you'll meet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, those two will steal your heart in a moment. I mean, they are just such quality people. Served our country, both of them veterans, and absolutely have the biggest hearts and the greatest smiles. And I just can't say enough good things about those two.
Somebody asked how many years we've been doing the School of Santas.
5.
We've been doing this for 5 years, shut down 1 for COVID, so we've had 4 school years.
All right, we got one for Rex here.
Okay, Rex, here's a question from AJ Bayless.
I actually do own one reindeer, but it happens to be stuffed. I attempted real reindeer on the property here, but in the state of Florida, it's illegal for us to have live reindeer inside the state of Florida.
There's a lot of states that have restrictions. The reindeer farm mentioned while she was there, that North Carolina was one of those states that she couldn't carry her reindeer in. And the reason is, from my understanding, and Scott can probably tell us more about this because he's done some research, but if you get your reindeer out of Alaska, there is big restrictions on Alaskan reindeer. And I think she said she had 2 from Alaska.
Yes, she did.
And so there's quite a few states that you can't even have Alaskan reindeers, and if you do, you can't carry them into other states due to the fact that something to do with their genetics or something. I don't remember exactly, but yes, Joe Stephan, chronic wasting
disease.
Chronic
CWD.
wasting disease.
She talked about all the different diseases and how good of a vet that she had and the care. I mean, her presentation was over the top.
I had a guy come up to me after she got done talking and said, Spangle, I could listen to her talk for an hour. I said, you just did. He said, well, I could do it for another hour.
She was hilarious. Like we said, before, I don't think it was before you got on, we were talking, she needs to be a comedian. She was so funny and so much fun.
Well, all the presenters that Spangle lined up were just fabulous this year.
Yes.
And next year's lineup is going to be even better.
Just keeps getting better with time. All right, did we lose Scott?
I guess so.
I was just fixing to ask him to give us an overview. He hadn't had a chance to do that yet. All right, guys, you guys got any final thoughts before we close the show out?
Well, we better give Scott just a moment because he's trying hard to get in here.
Okay. I noticed he was inside the building when he first came on. He went to his car.
Right.
He's back. Hold on.
One reindeer farm I used to use got in on their farm, and they were quarantined in Illinois for 8 years. Yes. again.
Well,
Right
the
here.
reason they're illegal in the state of Florida is the Cattlemen's Association lobbied to get it to where they couldn't be in this state because of that wasting deer disease.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Scott.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I went down through an elevator and in a building, and I got out in the car and I had no sound. But I'm back.
Okay, well, everybody's giving their overview of the weekend. You just jumped in on the show. So give us your thoughts, wrap up everything that you remember from the weekend. And before we go into that, real quick, next year, I promise that Scott and I will do a better job on the interviews, and hopefully we'll get a better way of bringing the Thursday Night Live special that we will have in 2023 and make it better than this year. Again, we're new at this. We're learning. We don't have the technology that it really takes to do it. We're trying to do it on the shoestring budget, but we're doing the best we can, and we're having fun with it. Go ahead, Scott.
Well, my recap on the whole weekend would be is there were amazing Santas from all over the country there. And the knowledge at the last day, there was a panel, that question and answer panel. And I think the knowledge that was traded back and forth between the Santas and the camaraderie that happens during the whole school is probably the most advantageous for old Santas and new Santas alone, because and then your presenters, everything from insurance to Santa Nana and her whole school. There's so much knowledge out there that if you've never been to a school, the School of Santas that Spangle puts on, I mean, it's not the same hat all the time. It's new and ambitious instructors that come. They change every year. There's some of the same people, but some of the same people update us on new stuff. And that's my biggest take from the school is I learned so much. And, for the Santas that have been in the industry a long time and in the community, I hear it periodically from Santas. I've never been to school. I've been doing it 15 years. I don't need it. Well, from a younger Santa, my advice to you is if you've never been to school and you don't think you need it, to me, that means you need it even worse.
I know Daniel Cartwright, when he left, his head was spinning like Linda Blair's in The Exorcist.
Well,
I've been doing this a long, long time. And every school I go to, every get together, even luncheon I go to, I come away with some new point of view, something new I've learned.
And
young or old, like you said, Scott, all of us benefit from these things.
I always like to say the real beneficiary is the children and families we serve.
Yes,
absolutely.
And I'm going to get myself in trouble because I didn't mention my office assistant. That was a big help too, running errands and everything.
Trish ran it. I'm sorry, Spangle. Trish ran it.
Just a bomb. Yep.
Trish ran the school. You were just there giving her instructions.
She just let me put my name on it.
There you go.
And for those who don't know, Spangle hired Trish just a couple of days before Daisy May.
No, Daisy May hired Trish.
Hired her just a couple of days before her tragic accident. And this is something that her and Spangle had talked about for some time. Daisy May got up at 4 a.m, left for work at 5, drove a school bus for the Springfield Independent School District all day long, and even took extra runs at night. And I got to say, one of the most touching things is every time she came in late in the evening, Spangle would go down to the bus barn to make sure she got in safe, got in her vehicle, and followed her home. And so anyway, they talked about hiring office help for some time. And as I mentioned, 2 days prior, Daisy had hired Trish. Trish is coming along great. She's new to the industry. She's learning a lot. And you're not going to have a nicer, kinder, and harder boss than Spangle.
Well, she told me today we were unloading some stuff. And I said, what? And she goes, you do understand, Spangle. I am in charge here.
She's learning.
Boy, I guess.
She didn't know how to take Spangle at first because Spangle, was constantly picking on her in fun, all in jest. But she's beginning to learn to pick back a little bit. And that'll come over time.
Well, Spangle, I want to take this opportunity personally to thank you for everything you do for the community, everything you've done for me. all the encouragement you've given me, just as Bob has, and Rex Ray has done the same thing. He's now my newest buddy, and Santa Mel, I've got her information. I'm going to be in touch with her, and there's just so much out there to learn. My head's spinning, and and I took a part in trying to make it the best school ever. And I just want to thank you extra, Spangle, for allowing me to be a part of it.
Rex, we're gonna pray for you now. That Scott's your Scott's new buddy. Yeah.
No, I tell you what, Scott's a great guy. I enjoyed my time sitting and chatting with him and Bob. Like I said earlier, there were nights I wasn't sure we were going to go to bed. We were just sitting down there having us a good time chit-chatting with each other.
Very, very, very true. Okay, so before we get out of here, because we've already gone longer than an hour, which is not a problem. We don't have a time limit as long as the folks at home are staying with us and enjoying what we're doing. But we do have one more video. Let's go ahead and get F. Angela to play this video real quick, and then again we'll talk a little bit more on the other side. Take her just a second to load it up because of the way we're having to do it.
Hey, it's live TV, anything can happen.
Boy, have we figured that one out. It really is.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
that was choppy and bad, I know. And again, we're going to figure this stuff out as we go. But there's a great story how Spangle met Radney Pennington. Spangle, you want to tell them about that?
How I met him? Well, we performed for many years in the same place. And so I was just a little bit of maybe like a male mentor for him growing up. And so that was always nice.
I'm going to tell you just how good this young man was. He was there as Elvis. He has the look, he has the voice, and right in the middle of performing as Elvis, he does a Conway Twitty song. If you closed your eyes, you'd have sworn it was Conway Twitty.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That quick.
How many different characters or entertainers does he do?
I think he does about 12 different, top singers.
Yeah,
Roy Orbison, I know, was one of them.
Yeah.
Every one of them sound just like the person that he's doing.
And he just got back from Vegas. He was 6 weeks out on the road, and he was actually playing on the same stage that Elvis played for 8 years when he was in Vegas.
He is awesome. And I tell you what, ladies,
Go ahead and finish the story. Got home the night before. Sunday was his day off. Sunday night after he left the School of Santas, he went straight home, packed up, and was headed back out on the road.
Back to Memphis, yeah.
He's an amazing young man.
He came to Branson just for the school.
And here's the most amazing part about it. Tell him how old he is.
He's about 21 now, I think.
Just turned 21 not long ago.
I was going to say, do any of us ever remember having that much energy?
Well, I got to tell you, that's he's amazing. He's phenomenal. You close your eyes.
And he's back next year.
And we'll be back next year, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to give everyone the last chance to give us a comment, a question. Each one of the panelists, starting with you, Mel, wrap us up and tell us what you think.
one quick thing on the Elvis. Ladies, how about those scarves? They were just, oh, man, they're amazing. That just added to it. But in a nutshell, go to School of Santas. If you have not gone, please go. Contact me. I'll give you directions. Heck, I'll pick you up if you're relatively close. This was an amazing, amazing opportunity. So much fun. Thank you, Spangle. Thank you, team. How awesome was it to be in the same room with Hall of Famers and just folks that have been doing this for so many years? It's true, the saying, we are better together. And what an amazing weekend, an amazing school. And again, go to this school. It was awesome and informative and just amazing.
Thank you, Melissa.
And I want to tell everyone, there's no excuses because Rex Ray came from Florida. We had Deanna Golden and the folks from Arizona. We had Santa Tom, THOM, who is one of our regular viewers. I don't know if he's on tonight or not. He's probably still asleep. But he come from Vancouver, Washington. We had the Carlucci and Jenny Lynn, who come from Minnesota. We had folks from Everett, Kathy Fick from up that way in Michigan. We had folks from all four.
Jason from Indiana.
Yes. Larry Shaw from
Jason
Indiana.
came from Indiana.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, they drive in, and I guess a few may have flown in, but I mean, the majority of us drove. Rex, how long did it take you to get home last night?
It was 13 hours and 20 minutes.
And you probably didn't complain about it a bit until you woke up this morning and tried to roll out of bed.
That was the first time. You're absolutely right. Look, let me make one comment here, folks. There is no other school for Santa Claus or Mrs. Claus that you can go to and have a tax write-off for a vacation and a party. Plus, get the education you're going to get at any school you go to, and then some. School of Santas is the place to be in the middle of July.
Come in a day or two early,
Well,
a day or two late. See Branson. There's so many things in the Branson area to see: the amusement rides, the museums, the shows, the lake, Silver Dollar theme park. I mean, it's got everything that you could think of.
Thank you, Rex.
All right, Scott.
It's a great place to bring your grandkids. You can bring your grandkids or your kids. I mean, Spangle and Bob know both that the first year that Bob conned me into going, saying that he was just going to participate, considering he taught. But the first year I went, I brought my whole family, and it was a huge success. And this year, I brought my 10-year-old, and he had a ball. He loves going to the School of Santas because Spangle makes it fun for everybody, whether you're a participant or you're a family member. He welcomes you with open arms, and he makes you feel like family. And I thank you for that, Spangle. And that's how you'll be treated by everybody there. It's just a big family, and we have a ball.
Thank you, Scott.
Scott Parker, of course, was going to come this year because he was one of the scholarship winners, and his daughter was getting married, and he had to give his daughter away, so he pushed his scholarship to 2023, and we'll see him next year. And again, Scott Saraton's son and my granddaughter got to go out and have fun also. It wasn't just stuck there at the hotel conference center the whole weekend. They went and seen the Maze of Mirrors, which was really cool. They went down to Wonder World, which is an upside-down building dropped on a log cabin. It is fun for the whole family. Games, rides, you name it, they've got it down there. Fantastic time. And some excellent restaurants. If you don't eat what Spangle fixes you can, there's choices. You can always sneak out and grab a meal, which me and my wife and granddaughter did a couple of times. And of course, then the buffet. How did y'all enjoy the thing?
There's no other school that feeds you like Spangles does at his school. I've not been to a school where I got that many meals that were that good.
Yes.
Now, Scott, don't let yours and Bob Head get too big on that, because I know you guys didn't.
Well, Scott cooked the pulled pork that was absolutely over the top. Really, really, really good. And of course, Spangle finagled me and Scott into cooking burgers and dogs, and we had a blast doing it. It was 100 degrees out there. The fire was roaring about 2 foot tall, smoke in our face, and we were having a cut up time the whole time. We were laughing. Jason Clopton, Bonkers the Clown, was out there with us, and I enjoyed. Can't believe I was saying this, but I enjoyed cooking. How many burgers was it, Spangle?
We had 160 burgers and 160 dogs.
There you go.
Yep.
Wow.
Fantastic time.
Hey, Bob, hold your hand up like this, please. Everyone with their hand up is on hot dog hamburger duty next year.
There you go. We had fun doing it. That's a heck of a grill you got, man.
Thanks.
We put about
the one thing I want to
hamburgers on it at a time.
I want to add that for those folks that have never done it, Bob's done this and I've done it and Spangle's done it, but if you've never put a school together, you don't realize how much goes into it to have a perfect school like Spangle puts on. I mean, it is months and months and months of preparation, and if he didn't have the team he had, there's no way his school would be as successful as he does. And he does it first class. And my hat's off to you, Spangle. Keep it up, brother.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now, you know what we've done tonight, guys, right? We have
made my head get bigger.
We have created a monster in Spangle because we have sat here and praised him over and over and over. But you know what? we're all lucky and better for knowing Spangle, and hopefully he feels the same about us.
Amen.
I am. I'm very blessed, guys.
All right, gentlemen, lady, I guess at this time, I'm sure folks are tired of hearing about it, tired of hearing us yap on about it, but we just can't stop talking about it. That's what it does to you. It's infectious, and hope more and more folks can come next year. Now, are you ready to make that announcement for next year or you want to hold off?
For the two, yeah, we could probably. We don't have it down in stone yet, but it looks like we're growing so much that we may have to do 2 weekends in a row.
Whoa.
We've already reserved the hotel, and we've been in touch with some of the instructors, and we're getting the ball rolling. And you might want to stay for the party for 2 weeks.
Bob, you better start taking B12 right now.
Well, I do, and I got to tell you what my wife says. She says 2 weeks. She said you're crazier than Spangle with a puff bottle full of glitter.
Well, Bob, I guess we'll be getting us an Airbnb, huh?
Well, hey, I'm glad you said that because I spent the afternoon looking, and they're not cheap.
No, well, we'll have to
I
talk
was
about
blown
that.
away at how pricey they are there in Branson because I thought, well, maybe I need to find a better place to stay, where I can stretch out a little more and do the things, that you do when you're on a 2-week vacation. But with all that said, we'll be right back here where we was at next year, and we're going to love every minute of it. All right, Eric and Moesha says we're all in for it. So fantastic. Hope everyone had a great time.
Deanna needs the answer to the trivia question.
Oh, my goodness. See, I knew I liked you for some reason. Yeah, let's go ahead and give the winners too. Instead of holding off putting them on the page, we're going to go ahead and announce the winners as we go here. All right, for the Derek Dugan, Sleigh Driver Apparel, and the movie Toy Story, who wrote the signature tune, You've Got a Friend in Me. I think everybody already knew that. I don't think anyone had to look that up. That's Randy Newman. And what's phenomenal about that is he wrote that in one afternoon. And the winner is
Mick Lowry.
Mick Lowry. All right, Mick, one of my Texas Santas. Congratulations, Mick. Now then for Spangle, StuffForSanta.com and School of
Santas.
Yes. You want to give the answer to that one? Do you have it there?
I don't have it
Oh,
here.
you don't have the answer, do you? I've got it right here.
I don't have a script this week.
Which is he? Well, we wasn't sure you was going to make it because you were out still working, man.
I understand. Do you even have a script?
Yes, I got it right here. Which is the only toy in the Toy Story movie with red hair? Red hair. That would be Jessie, Jessie, and the winner is
AJ Bayless.
Say it ain't true. AJ has been trying to win since this show started. AJ, congratulations! Get a pair of glasses and some North Pole emblems. How cool! All right. Okay, guys. Any last thoughts before I close it out?
Thank you for having me on. I've enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you very much. Much fun.
Yes, what a blast. What a blast.
Who now is watching this show that did not come to the school and is already thinking about signing up?
Yeah, throw that into the comment box if you're thinking about coming. Hey, and it's okay to lie to Spangle. We all do it all the time.
Thanks.
Well, I have seen several comments go across the bottom of the screen that said next year already. They
Yeah, I did too.
We got a Facebook user that says me. We don't know who the Facebook user is.
Whoever.
It's Gary.
And AJ said he was coming.
It's who?
Gary Lindner.
Gary Linder. He was there last year. I'm pretty sure. So
We got AJ.
Okay.
He's coming.
AJ's coming. Sal Sid says he's coming. Bill Hampson said he's coming.
Jeff Olet.
Jeff Olette's coming. Ben Bellhorn. So those are all folks who did not come this year. They're all coming next year. So you may have to have 2 classes.
That's right.
May have to.
Dan Hagenbuck.
All right, Dan's coming.
Joe Steppen. He wasn't. That's right. He was there last year. Didn't come this year because of reasons, but coming next year. So fantastic.
Go back and watch the show. You don't have to pay any money right now. Go back, watch the show, get Tanya's number, maybe Elf Angel. There you go. Thank you. Call that number and get your spot. I mean, we're going to be on the limited spots.
And again, even if you do 2 full classes, that's still only 200 and a few change people, and with a community of thousands across the United States.
I already know that some people are already planning on doing both shows, both schools.
Well, I think I've already been lassoed into that myself. So here we go.
Have.
Hang on, here we go.
Does that mean I've been voluntold too, Spangle?
Yes,
you've been voluntold.
Yes, it does. And real quick, like I did not mention this, and it was something that I wanted to mention. I want to say thank you to Rex Ray for stepping in and doing a presentation. And Rex, I got to tell you, man, that presentation on the chair. What is the title? Your PowerPoint.
So Santa wants a new chair. Considerations.
And I tell you, if you've never seen Rex put on a presentation, I don't care if it's about reindeer dung. It doesn't matter. He makes it interesting and gives you all the facts, pro and con. And that presentation was fantastic. Thank you for that.
He's an amazing presenter.
Yes.
Okay. Ben wants to know, will both classes be identical classes? Now, that was something you and I were talking about earlier today.
We are going to try to make them identical. It may. We're working with the main presenter right now, and he's 90% sure he could do both. We have to check with the other ones, but I would like them to be identical.
Okay, so those who might have come in late, let's run down real quick. 2023 keynote instructor Ed Taylor. Everybody's familiar with Ed. I think Ed's well known across the community. July 13th through the 16th. Trish Parrish, John Shuey, Larry Talbert on the insurance, and Santa Magic, and Shirley Winter.
Miranda Ritter.
Huh?
And Miranda Ritter, Kansas City.
And Amanda Ritter, that's right, from Kansas City Reindeer. I didn't have her on the list, but she will be back also. Now, I think everybody's familiar with John Shuey. I know probably Rex can probably tell you more about John's program and what he does. You want to cover that real fast, Rex?
Well, John is the president of Santa America, the largest Santa volunteer organization in the country. And his presentations are all about presenting with children that are in hospice or children that have close family members in hospice, being Santa with autistic children, doing military visits. That's what I've always done with Santa America, is a lot of military visits. He will cover all of those in his presentation, and he does a beautiful, beautiful job of it.
Yes, he does. And, you know, we had him on the show, the Tuesday Night Live show in the past also, did a fantastic show. Great man, does good work, and that's another organization that I fully back 100%. All right, I think at this time we're going to go ahead and start getting out of here. I got to one more time say thank you to Santa Mel, Melissa Lynn, Santa Rex Ray, Hall of Famer, Scott Sheraton for coming in. You guys, late this afternoon I was freaking out because we wasn't going to be able to have our scheduled guest on. I really hate that because I was really looking forward to him. He is very interesting, but I promise you we're going to get him on in one of the future shows just as quick as we can. There's a 7-hour time difference between Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya, and the central United States here where I'm at, time zone. And it just didn't work out. We'll get him. And the thing is, he's been over here in the States for the last 2.5 months. And he's traveled between Dallas and Washington, Seattle, Washington, back to Dallas. He was here just 3 days ago, went back home like day before yesterday. And so I'm sure he's jet lagged something terrible also. Tanya Lay, 800-432-4202, or Tanya at BransonTickets.com. Reach out to her. Thank you, Rex. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Scott. Spangle, thank you as always. Thanks to all the instructors from this last 2022. Deanna Golden, Judith Broderick, Jessica Rosa, Stuart Dickens Jr., Derek Dugan, Larry Talbert, Miranda Ritter. Thank you to Cherry Hill. Thank you to everyone. God bless. Remember to join us for our next Tuesday Night Live each week, 7 p.m. Central Time. Scott?
Yes, sir.
Finish it.
Same clause time and same clause channel.
Count your blessings, not your
We
sorrows.
love you.
Count your blessings, not your sorrows. Have a blessed week. Until next time, on behalf of everyone, I'm Santa Bob McMaster saying good night. God bless.
God bless you.
God bless.
God bless you.
God bless.